Alright, we're here today to make my grandfather's potato soup. It's really easy. It only takes a few ingredients: your potatoes, your bacon, onion, Johnny's seasoning salt is the best, pepper, and several cans of evaporated milk. It's really easy to make. The only thing you need to be worried about measuring is the water and the milk. Everything else is not a problem. You can make 7 pounds of potatoes, or you can make 3 pounds of potatoes. It's measuring out the water and the milk is going to be the only difference. The first thing we're going to do is, I have a pound of bacon and we're going to put it into a pan to start to cook. And we are just going to go ahead and let that cook until the pink cooks out of it. And at the same time, in the same pan, we're going to simmer in with it some onion. Go ahead and add as much onion or as little onion as you'd like. You can add a little fresh garlic too. And we are just going to let that cook until the pink cooks out of the bacon. Okay, we have cooked just barely the pink out of the bacon, and that's okay. We're straining it now. That's how we want it right there, because it's going to boil. It's going to finish cooking while it's boiling. So we don't want to thoroughly cook that. I'm going to go ahead and add that back into the pan, as well as our potatoes. And we want the potatoes to be cut in small pieces and big pieces. I'd actually like to see a few more big pieces in here, because the big pieces are going to be the ones you bite into, and the small pieces are going to melt down and make the soup thicker. So we're going to go ahead and add our potatoes. And we're going to add water, and we're going to measure the water, because later this is going to be important. For every cup of water that we put into there, we're going to put a cup of evaporated milk in. So go ahead and measure our water and count every cup that we put in. Now that our potatoes have been boiling for about 20 minutes, we're going to go ahead and check them with a toothpick and see if the larger chunks are soft. And since they are soft, we're going to go ahead and add our milk and our seasonings. Now, we put 9 cups of water into this to just cover the top of the potatoes, and ounce per ounce, that equals out to 6 cans of evaporated milk. And we're going to go ahead and pour that in. Now, I'm not going to make you watch me pour all the cans in. I'm going to go ahead and pour the rest of them in once we're done filming. But you want to season, once again, with Johnny's seasoning salt. This is the best. I know it's not available everywhere. You can buy it at johnnys.com. This has got to be the best seasoning salt I have ever tried. If you've never tried it, you need to try it. Some ground black pepper. This is coarse ground. Later when we serve it, we're going to use fresh ground. And this is a pretty big pot, so we're going to add quite a bit. And I am out of garlic powder itself. All I have is this Johnny's garlic spread and some garlic salt, and I don't want garlic salt, but I've decided I want a little bit of garlic flavor into it, so I'm going to add some garlic. Okay. We'll go ahead and bring this up to a simmer for a while.
And don't remove it from the heat at all. Once it comes to a boil, let it go to a rolling boil for about 30 seconds and then take it off the heat. If you do not remove it from the heat after about 30 seconds, the milk will begin to curdle and the soup will be no good. You don't want to burn the milk, you don't want to curdle the milk. Okay, you can see that it's beginning to come to a boil, and we just want to keep it stirred to prevent it from boiling so fast. Just keep on stirring it. We want the milk to cook. We don't want it to curdle. We don't want it to burn. We're starting to come to that rolling boil. We're just going to keep stirring the soup. Okay. It's getting to that rolling boiling point, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it for maybe 30 seconds. And then I'm going to go ahead and take it off the heat, but I'm going to stir it while it's doing this. Okay, now that we've brought it just to that rolling boil and shut it off and allowed it to cool for a little bit, it's ready to serve. But in all actuality, this soup tastes better the next day, like a lot of other foods. This tastes better the next day once it's been refrigerated and reheated, but it is ready to serve right now. Go ahead and show you what our big bowl of soup looks like when we're done. It's tasty, delicious, old family secret. Give it a try.